Hey everyone, Bill Nichols here, Bill Nichols TV. I've got some initial Inspire footage, a few photos that I want to go through, and talk about what's coming up. All right, so I took the Inspire 2 out. If you didn't see the unboxing video, it's a little bit long, had a lot to go through. Go see the previous video. I'll put a card for it up right here. But I took it out on initial flight. When I took it out for the initial flight, I didn't have the SSD reader yet, so I didn't go through and record 5.2K or Cinema 4K at the huge bit rate. I'm going to do that next, but I did record some 4K. I did take a bunch of pictures. So today I'm going to go through a couple of pictures. I want to show you something on the Inspire 2, and then I'm going to go through a few pictures, so a short video. So let's move the laptop off to the side. Trusty old fat tire here. All right, so here's the Inspire 2. Last time I didn't have the camera mounted. So this is how it looks, the new X5S camera. So if you have flown the Inspire 1 Pro, or with the X5 camera, then you'll immediately see that this is a different camera altogether. So the body, couple things, no SD card in the body now. The SD card actually sits right here on the side of the Inspire, right in this little slot here. Then on the other side, you have a USB cable, you have a USB spot, the pairing and all of that. So no SD card in the camera body itself. The camera body is significantly larger. The gimbal is larger. Everything about it's larger. So this is the 15mm lens. It's just bigger. It works very well. So a couple of things when I took it out that I love, really nothing that I don't so far. So if I took the Inspire 1 as the base, is there anything that it had that this doesn't? Anything that's not improved? So the mechanism for the props, much more secure, just gives you that better feeling, much more so that they just released these same prop attachments for the Inspire 1, so you can get these. The camera, the only thing when you go to attach the camera is that if the internal mounting, it's like this slip disc thing that's up in there, if that turns at all, your camera won't mount. You just got to reach up there and turn it. Not a big deal. That did throw me off for a minute, but got it just fine. It releases with a little button right here. Then you just pull it right off like that and put it right back on. Find where it goes in, turn it, and it's positively locked. It's in there. The stability of the Inspire 1 over the Inspire is incredible. So I was never really impressed with how well the Inspire 1 stood in place. If it was able to stay in one place or not. It drifted quite a bit, especially compared to my Phantom 4. The Inspire 2, not at all. It's completely incredible. The sensors and everything I didn't get a chance to work with. I did throw it into sport mode really fast. It hauls ass. I don't have a speed reading for you. I'll do something later where I've got a nice open field that I can get it to speed back and forth and give you some averages on. I'm not going to really do a distance test with this because I don't want to take it out of line of sight for one, and at $7,000, I don't want to take a chance of losing it. So I do operate just within line of sight. I follow that rule to the T because there's really nothing that I need to do that's outside of line of sight, but I will do a speed test with it, tell you about that. The motors seem much more powerful. Landing was a lot more accurate. I actually landed it right on top of the box, on the Inspire box, no problem whatsoever. And so the next thing that I'm going to do with it is shoot some 5.2K footage. And to do that, we've got to use this little Cine SSD. So this is the half gig one, about $8.99. And this is the reader. Not too impressed with the reader. The build quality DJI did on this is great. Solid chunk of metal. Feels like something you'd get from Red or something like that. But it's just USB 3.0. And from what I've heard, it takes about 2 hours to go from here to a computer. So I would love to see a USB 3.1. This does say version UG1, so they'll probably have more. I'd love to see a Thunderbolt version because 2 hours to offload one of these makes me think I'm gonna have to buy 2 or 3 of these, and at $1,000 a pop, I'm not really happy about that. But basically, they just insert right in here, top up. That's it. It's inserted. You put it in your computer. You get a drive name that's DJI something, and then you just drag the files over. So this goes right here. So we just have this little holder here. This pops out. It's just a little placeholder. This goes in with a label, so you've got an arrow on top and an arrow on the side. Just make sure the top arrow is up, put it in, and that's it. Now in the controller in the app, you'll get options to go ahead and record at 5.2K. You'll also get the option to do 20 frame per second bursts. That can only be done to this card as well. Now a couple things that I found with this, and you'll see this in part of the video that I show from this. So keep in mind, the video that I'm going to show you today, you will see one windowed video That's a 1920, so that's a 1080p sequence at 120 frames a second. But the rest of the video that you see was just recorded onto the SD card in H.264, not H.265, so you get an idea of the quality of the video from there. The next video that I post is going to be with a super high bitrate. One thing that I really love is that I can control this camera so finely, and I can get, like right now, you can see it's tilting down very slowly. I can get super fine movements. I dialed in my expo settings on the gimbal, on the craft and everything, and you can get the most amazing, very smooth footage with this. I put it into tripod mode. That was great. So that takes me to a couple of things that are missing. But they're temporary. They do say coming soon. And regardless of what you think of DJI support, I think when they say that something is coming soon, they do launch it. And it's definitely just... the thing that I'm going to talk about is just a software issue. So it's actually pretty heavy with the batteries, with the camera and everything else. So what is missing right now in the intelligent fly modes? There is no course lock. There's no home lock. There is no point of interest. But I really like, while my most popular video on here is the point of interest video, I don't generally use that mode. I generally fly the point of interest myself so that if I want to get a more elliptical type radius around something, I can. But when I first started out, I used the point of interest like crazy, and I know a lot of people love that mode. If I was mapping something still, I would throw it into point of interest or something else. But so those modes aren't available right now. They do say coming soon. The app is definitely a bit different with the Inspire 2 with the things that you can select, and I'll show you that in the next flight video. So the next video that I post with this is going to be filmed in 5.2K. I'm going to do the whole thing with the camera. I'm going to film me. I'm going to film everything with the camera, so we'll see how the audio is because I'll have to record it to an external recorder. But I'll film everything with that so that I can upload to YouTube because YouTube now has 5K or 2880. So with that, let's pull up a few images. I'll show you some images, show you a quick video clip, and then we'll get out of here. Pretty short video today. All right, let's bring up Lightroom here. So I'm just going to go through some images and I'm going to show you some stuff. So this first image, the whole reason that I have this here, one thing I was really surprised about is the focusing distance. So I had the Inspire right here, just like this. So actually the back feet were on these lines. And I had this pointed forward about 3 inches, 2 inches in front. And this photo that you see right now, that's how close it was able to focus. So the lines that you see right at the bottom, right here, those were directly right here. The one's just 3 lines in front, so we're talking 1, 2, 3 right here. That's what's in focus right there. So really short focus distance. The focus is awesome. All right, so let's just jump forward. I have a couple of these. And then what I did was I had to find somewhere pretty close to my house. I didn't have a lot of time. So I went somewhere pretty close, found a place where, oh, look at the detail there. Like where it's in focus. That is crazy. I don't even see that detail with my eye. So this is really almost like a macro level type lens. Little bit of a aberration there, but that's, so that green that you see, that's actually coming from the Kino Flow lights. And the purple fringing is some chromatic aberration from the light hitting the lens. All right, so this is in Irvine. Let's see if do we see the whole image? Yeah, so this is, and let me actually back out of this so that we can see. So right here is 100 millimeters, or I mean, ISO 100, f11 for 1/320th of a second. Great detail, great color, and this is, let's see, this is a DNG, so this is a raw file. So there's a lot of room in here to do stuff. So if we just zoom in somewhere where there's some dark color here, if I was to take that adjustment brush, I'm just gonna do this locally. Let's say bring up the shadows, and just go right in here. Like you can see how much you can recover in here, and the picture isn't really degrading much. So this is looking pretty good. Now this, I mean, that's a ways away. So of course the detail isn't there, and I was focused on, focused down here. But what you can do with this in post, with the amount of dynamic range that's here, is amazing. Let's go to the next image. So same thing, great sky. So you can see the difference in the whites in the sky all the way down to the darks in the picture. Another good one. So that is that's a DNG. That's a DNG. The JPEGs from this are really clean as well. So there's a good DNG negative. And then these next 5 coming up, what I did was from right here, I set this into auto exposure bracketing. I set it for 5 images. So it basically, it went at a stop per image apart. So you can see those. And then I just had Lightroom. I didn't take it into HDR Effects Pro or into Aurora HDR, which I have. I just did the simple HDR from Lightroom. This is hitting the button, telling it to do HDR. And now you can see like you've got this great white detail up here, but then even in the shadows down here in the tent, if we scroll down here, look at the detail in the tent. You got great detail in here. So great detail in the shadows. I mean, you can even see the water that's down in here, or you can see everything. So fantastic dynamic range and detail from this camera on the stills. Really just a cool tent, you know? And those are the main images that I took really quick. I did more video than that, so now let's jump into the video. I'm gonna play about 1 minute of video. You can take a look at it. Most of this is 3840 by 2160 at 24 frames a second. And then the only one that's not is the one that you're gonna see that's windowed, because I didn't wanna blow it up. So I'm not making it larger, so you're gonna see right in the middle of the screen a window that's 1920 by 1080, but that's at 120 frames per second. You can take a look there. So let's take a look at that, and then we'll come right back. All right, guys, so what'd you think? Comment below. So keep in mind, first photos that I've taken with this, I took it out, I put it into I put it into aperture mode for the photos. At first in the video, I didn't realize I had it on auto white balance, and then I set it to a cloudy white balance. I haven't touched this, I haven't color graded it, I've done nothing in post, no sharpening, nothing at all. So this is straight out of here. H.264 on the micro SD card, so this isn't even the high bitrate stuff. So tell me what you think below. And then the next video that I'm gonna do, it'll be a 5.2K video filmed completely with the Inspire, everything about it, and we'll see how that video looks. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Subscribe if you haven't. Doing some giveaways. If you look for my Tiffin video, that'll be a card that's gonna come up here. You can go watch that video, tell me what size filter you want. You'll be entered into the filter giveaway. We'll do that really soon. And also for anybody that joins DronePilotGroundSchool.com with BNTV50, I get a list of names. Every month I'm doing a drawing and giving somebody something drone related. So you guys have an awesome day. Thanks so much for watching, and I will talk to you soon. You keep watching, I'll keep making videos.